Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Time to go picture moving, and we'll speak to Jan Dykstra. Good morning, Jan.
Oh, good morning, Nigel.
Real low-tacky day down here today, is it?
No, there's no sun in Otaki today.
No sun in it.
We had the lights on in the car coming down, but
Yes.
it's okay.
Yeah,
we need
fair
to
enough
get the
too.
rain.
How's
We
your
need
little
it.
tomatoes going?
Oh, they're going well.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're working inside, of course, in a hothouse, so the rain doesn't bother us too much.
Second flush coming through.
Yes, they certainly are.
Right,
Yeah,
good stuff. So you got time to go and see the film Ladybird
I did.
Shoreline.
I took the time yesterday afternoon because
right.
it only opened yesterday,
right.
sort of nationwide, I believe. And yes, it's a film I hadn't thought to go and see, but I hadn't known anything about it, but thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a lightly dramatic comedy, and it has an R13 rating, just due to its content, of course. Now, the title character, Christine, who likes to be called Ladybird, is played brilliantly by Saoirse Ronan. She's been in a lot of films. Lovely Bones by Peter Jackson was sort of the one that stands out in my mind.
Right, yes, yeah.
The name Saoirse means, in Irish, means freedom, which is actually quite a nice little part for this character she's playing, who's a teenager wanting that freedom. She's fighting against, but is exactly like, her wildly loving, deeply opinionated and strong-willed mother, who Marion, who's played by Laurie Metcalf, another very talented actress, has started off in theatre, wonderful actress. The film's set in Sacramento, California in 2002, amidst a rapidly shifting economic landscape. I mean, remembering it's a year after 9/11, in the States,
right,
and there's a huge change going on over there.
Right.
So Ladybird, it's an affecting look at the relationships that shape us, the beliefs that define us, and the unmatched beauty of a place called home. In the film, 17-year-old Christine has begun rejecting everything her mother has given her, from her hair, which she's dyed bright pink, to her name. She demands that everybody calls her Ladybird. She puts up posters standing for president at her high school with pictures of a lady body with a bird head, or the opposite,
Yes.
bird.
How old is she?
17. Well, the
17.
actress is a bit older, but plays the part
the 17.
divinely well.
Yeah.
Her mother, Marion, who in the meantime is under a lot of stress from her nursing job and the fact that later on her husband becomes unemployed, with this economic climate that's going on. And she's generally dissatisfied with how their lives have turned out. And trying to navigate this moment of teenage selfishness and to get her daughter motivated. The story is loosely based on the writer and director Greta Gerwig's life growing up in Sacramento, sort of at that what they call turn of the century time. And well, I found it masterfully directed, the range of emotions that in a single scene, they can be flipping from 1 minute having these wonderful moments of intimacy, mother-daughter, and then suddenly something just changes, they flip, and the next thing it's a blazing row.
Right.
Sort of that,
that does happen, doesn't it?
Angst. Oh, absolutely. It's something we can relate to.
Yes.
So it's the constantly misinterpreting and pushing each other's buttons. And it's just through this skillful direction that we always know that the relationship is strong, that it's dysfunctional in this moment that we're actually seeing there on screen, but that just watching it, we know that things are going to be okay in the end.
Sure.
There is that deep love they have for each other. So it's wonderful lessons in this film.
Well, so going along openly minded.
Yeah.
You didn't know what you were coming into. So.
No, that's right. But it's just this lovely little piece of theatre, really.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and there was this very memorable scene where the mum is a very telling scene for me, where the mother is circling the airport in her car on her own. So it's just this shot in one piece scene, and the range of emotions that are going across her face and through her body, and we feel it. We feel it. These feelings of regret and and then remorse. It's just wonderful. We see it all in that, and then I can't tell you what happens next, but it's just a lovely little piece.
Good.
And piece of pure theatre.
Right.
Where she has this change of heart. So it's well worth seeing. As I say, a lot of people can relate to these sort of situations. She wasn't a bad girl, but there were some really funny moments on the scene. It's a Catholic school she's at, a Catholic high school. So it's just the way she likes to play pranks on the elderly nuns.
Yes, so it didn't go on to tell us what she did in her later life.
No. Well, she is the director of this film. She's the woman who played, the character is based on. So, things turn out okay in the end.
Worth going to see, eh? Teenage daughters, yes, I know what they're like too.
Teenage daughters.
Good and bad. Yes. Well, they're not bad. They're just,
Yes, yeah.
They're finding their way in life.
No, that's right, absolutely. Yes. I mean, there's this lovely roles played by the father who's sort of kind of in the background but very supportive of the daughter.
Yes.
Very supportive. Sort of always the last one to leave the dinner table because the rest have all left in a blazing row or a mood, He's left sitting.
Finishing his dinner. Oh, right. So that's on at Shoreline. Just started, you say?
It's just started yesterday. So
it'll be on quite a few times, will it?
It's had amazing reviews, actually. There's a little piece here saying that it holds the record for the most consecutive fresh reviews ever on Rotten Tomatoes. So Rotten Tomatoes.
Gosh.
Something I don't want to see.
No, that's dead right. Not in your trade.
No.
That's right.
I did pick up a little flyer for a film that's coming up called The Mercy. It looks really good, with Colin Firth and Rachel Weisz.
Oh, Colin Firth's good, isn't he?
Yes. The story of Crowhurst's dangerous solo voyage and the struggles he confronts on the epic journey, while his wife and children waited for his return home in one of the most enduring mysteries of recent times.
Right.
Anybody who's into sailing.
106.3 Beach FM.